Okay, today is October 21st, 2015. Let's take a look at the market. Let's start off with the S&P 500. Looking at the S&P 500 yesterday, we saw this little bit of a spinning top, and we basically was kind of looking for a pullback, and so essentially we're looking for the tagging of this 2040, and if it can break above this trend line, we're basically looking for a pullback to come down and test this 2020 or possibly get down to this 1993. So as you can see right now, it's try to hold at this 2020. So we're going to see what tomorrow will bring, and if it can't get back above the 2020 and try to make another move to the 2040, then most likely we'll probably come down and make this test on this 1993. And depending how it will hold up, if the markets continue to show a little bit more weakness, then it could be coming down and retest this 1972.56. Okay, so essentially it's the the December 16 of last year's close. Okay, so that's the S&P 500, and these days I mark here is this right here is the job number day. You can see that when the job number came out, with big disappointment, it just tanked, and then all of a sudden you just get rebought and push it all the way up. And you can see there was a lot of long-term value player came in because it's just constant stream of buy program. Okay, and then also this day was the FOMC minute day. And you can see, nothing changed. I mean, essentially the minute saying whatever the FMOC meeting announcement said. So, but you go figure, right? On that day, it sold off. And then on a minute release, kind of reiterate what it was said back in the meeting, and it went up. So, but then it came back and retested, and then now it's making a move up here, try to get up to this 2040. So we could see a pullback, get a little pullback to this 1993 or 1972, and then maybe we see another bounce and try to push it above this 2040 and maybe get up to this 2079, 2056 area. Okay, so if we look at the SPY, you see the SPY was, we're basically looking at to try to come up and tag this 204.40, and right now it's coming back below the 202.89, below this Fed Day pivot high. So again, we're basically looking at this area here, this 199.84 and 197.91. So those are the two levels that we're going to keep an eye on. This level, essentially this pivot high here, and this level here is the December 16 close from last year. Okay, so we're going to monitor these, but again, there's a trend line down here in confluence with this 204.40. So that's basically is the level that I'm watching. This 204 is back in March 11 close. Right. So so those are the level that I'm watching. And then looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, we're saying the Dow Jones Industrial still could be making a move up here to the 17,600, but right now it's look like it's also getting a little pullback, just like the rest of the index, the other indexes. So we could see it come back down. We tested 17,068, and eventually maybe it could come back and test this 16,739. And maybe get a lift off on there and then come back up and try to tag this 17,600. I think this 635 or so. Okay, so basically that's what I'm watching on the Dow Jones. Essentially, we're looking for a pullback. Nothing in the realm of a big breakdown until we get down to these level here to retest the low. Then we're going to watch for the market breadth and then see what kind of deterioration and what level those breadth, some of the breadth indicator that I watch closely to get a gauge. Is the market going to lower low, or it's basically it's a confirmation of a low? Okay, so we won't know that until we get there. And here's the transportation. We're saying talking about this little flag here, maybe possibly building a little flag, so and then get a pump up here. So we're still looking at that, although we got a little down day, but the market can't go up every day, or we wish. So anyway, here's the New York Stock Exchange Composite. Again, pull back, got below this December 16 close. So looking for a pullback to 10,242 or possibly 10,063. Okay, and then here's the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ 100 got above this 44.50. Essentially, the Fed they pivot high. We're still looking for this thing to come up and tag this 45.62, but look like it might want to do a low pullback before it does come back up and try to take out this 45.62. So the level that we're watching essentially is a 43.49.93 or 43.50 for round numbers sake, and then the 42.78. At this level again, this is the January 23rd close. Okay, so so let's see the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 got beaten up a little bit because I think it's because of some of the biotech. So right now it's still, it was trying to break away from this trend line today, it pulled back in. So right now we're looking at this 1139.38 as potential support. That's going to be a key. If it can't hold this level, essentially, this level here, then we're going to have to be careful and watch this level here, 1104. And if we break this 1104, then this index could be headed lower. I don't think this, this right here is maybe might provide some support, but right now the key thing is to make sure that it could hold this 1139, and if it can't, it's more like a must on the 1104. Okay, so and if it come back on the upside, we're basically looking at this 1180 as the near-term resistance. Okay, so before I get to the stock, let me get onto the Goldman Sachs. I put out a video on Goldman Sachs and just kind of go to and see how the market have a way to humble us. Right now, remember, some of you might have seen the video, and yesterday closed like this, got a little bit of an inside day, came down here and found some support over this support level here. So it's kind of look like it's consolidating. Right, and if it break above this candle, it can make a move up to the next level, and which could be, this somewhere around this 190.31. And also looking at the open interest on this weekly option, and there's a lot of 190 call being bought yesterday or being traded, and also the open interest was it's decent. I mean, it's high in the sense for Goldman Sachs. It's one of the highest strike. I mean, the strike with the highest open interest for this week, and which is 190. So we figure, well, maybe these guys might be pushing this thing up, and get it into the money. Then they could, win some lotto ticket here out of this thing. So we're looking at this, and then go into a little bit of lower time frame to take a look, and then essentially let me get rid of all these trend line here to make the chart a little bit cleaner. Okay, right. So essentially, we were basically looking at this, the 1 hour chart, right? And then we're looking at, let's go back to yesterday. Okay, this here, and we're saying that here's a little bit of a flag here, right? A trading band of some sort, right? So we got this little flag here. Okay, and this flag actually, extend out with a measurement to somewhere around 190, 197 or somewhere around there, right? Okay, so we said, well, that's within the realm of that 190. I mean, certainly inside, in the money for the 190 call, and also you can see there's a little pivot up here, which is 190.50, right? So we say, hey, that's looking pretty good. Just watch this flag develop, right? Then we could, play off that flag, and then could get that strike to get hit. Then we also go down, look at the 30-minute and see is there anything different, right? So it doesn't look too much different than the 60-minute, okay, right? So again, basically this is a little flag here, okay? Then we say, okay, let's go down and take a look at the 5-minute time frame. Then all of a sudden, 5-minute got a little bit interesting, right? So let me go back here. Okay, so this is, let me scroll this out. Okay, so we don't want to look at today's numbers yet. So this is yesterday's close, right? So we say, hey, look at this. Got a little bull flag here within this little big flag that is building, right? That's that big flag that we're thinking about playing off, and break above this this flag, then swing it up to that 190. They say, hey, we got this little bull flag here, and this right here essentially, use the major move here, it gave us a 187 and change, right, somewhere up there. So it's well within that 190 strike. I mean that 191, that bull flag major move. So lo and behold, right, so the market say, hey, that's nice, here for something for you to contemplate. So it opened, gapped up, faded, right, and then bounced back. Well, if you want to chase the gap, I hope you got out. Because it didn't, you'd probably be in a lot of pain. Okay, and even when it bounced, I mean, this is not a good bounce for you to go after, right, for this little bull flag. So as you turn out, you can see that's kind of faded, faded all the way down. And even at this level here, this looked like a, still a good flag for you to, say, hey, it still worked, right? I mean, it's still within the flag. So within this level, it's still like it could work up here. So if you were doing a little bit of a test position here, you better get out as soon as it, broke down, and you set your stop pretty tight here, because otherwise you would have written all the way down here to that 179. Okay, so as it turned out, the play wasn't a bull flag, it was a bear flag, right, on the intraday, and that was this flag. Okay, right, so then you got this out. Okay, it's a nice little play here. Right. No, I didn't catch it because I wasn't really thinking about playing Goldman Sachs. I put up the video because it was just intriguing. But anyway, but the point is, no matter how good things look, right, we basically have to trade based on the setup and our discipline, right? Just because we see something good, you still have to wait for the trigger to occur, right? And trade your plan and be disciplined. And it's because this whole game is not about, how well we could, project and how well we could figure out where the price is going to go. Sometimes we get lucky, right, and we guess correctly, and sometimes we don't. Like here, we didn't, right? The thing is, it's all about risk management and discipline, right? And that's all it is, Okay, would I ever get it wrong again? Of course I will. Will I get trapped on this thing? Of course I will. We all will. Okay, but it's how we manage it when we get trapped. Now this time I didn't get trapped. I didn't get suckered in on this one. Okay, so but sometimes we get a little bit foolish, and we do foolish things, and that's when the market will slap us. Okay, so I just want to go do that. So just kind of highlight here. It really doesn't matter, what everybody said. Right? It's all about emotion and your risk management technique. Okay. So anyway, let's move on and take a look at Apple. So on Apple, we're basically looking for to come up to tag this 117. Well, today I have another plan. It came up and came up and tagged us about 115 and then pulled back. Now it finished up with a shooting star here. So I would be or I wouldn't be surprised to see a down candle tomorrow to set up like an evening star and probably maybe come down and tag this trend line here. Okay, so and if we break this trend line, then we really need to make sure it holds about this 106. Okay, all right, and it could be maybe another day of down day, get down and tag this 112 level, all right, and then it bounces back again, all right, and then just sucker everybody in on the put, and then they wipe them out on OpEx on Friday. Okay, so that's could be a game, right? It's all about it's a game. Seriously, it is a game. Right? It's a game of risk management. Okay? So you just basically have to keep an eye on that. Right now, I think the probability is that we'll probably see another down day, right? But it could always go back up as well. But the thing is, most of the time when you see a candle like this, the chances are, psychology and the emotion of the market and that sort of thing favor on the downside the next day. Okay, not saying that it'll always happen, but it favors it. And if that doesn't happen on the next day, you probably get a little feeble bounce, and then the following day, then you get a big drop. Okay, so because it kind of indicates to you that when we saw this right here, when the price get up here and it cannot hold and it got sold off, right, and then closed near the low, okay, that means the buyers kind of got exhausted. Right, there's no more buyer to be found here at this time. So the seller is in control, right? So no matter what, any kind of bounce, you're gonna met by sellers, right? Unless some big program come in and buy the heck up of it, out of it. Okay, so that's Apple, and here's Facebook. Again, we talk about Facebook, this engulfing candle. We're looking for it to pull back, right, to that 96 level. Maybe it could get down into this retracement zone between 95 and 96. I'd be looking at it, but right now I'm kind of still on a sideline on this guy here. So I'm kind of wait, if it breaks out, it breaks out, right? Again, pay attention to the earning, everybody, okay? And Amazon reporting tomorrow, right? I will put up some number tomorrow morning or so on my Twitter stream on what I see the market, the option market is pricing this guy to move. So I think right now it's about somewhere around, plus or minus $50 or something like that. So if it's plus 50 off of 555, that's basically 600, and that's within the realm of this upper channel here. If it pop, right? But if it goes down, it comes down to about $500. So then that way, it'll be coming down to this level here, break the trend line, and 505. So extended to come down to close to this 38.2 retracement level here. So it's going to be a heap of trouble if Amazon does drop $50 after the earning. Okay, so we'll see how it's going to play out tomorrow. Probably will chop around. Amazon will chop around. We could see it come down to 542 and then maybe bounce off of that. Okay, so we're going to see how it hold up here. Essentially, I am all hands off on this guy tomorrow. Good luck to anybody that's to those of you that are trading it. Okay, and then we also got Netflix. We talk about holding this trend line, which is still holding this trend line, but we got two down candles, so watch out for tomorrow. We got another down candle and break this 96 area. It could be heading down to this 85, so kind of be careful. I'd like to see this thing consolidate here and then kind of set up a little bit of a coil. So basically I got this big candle and then set up a coil here and make a pop, and maybe it could get back up to this level. Then maybe play a little bit of a short-term swing long and come up to this upper level here somewhere around this 111. Okay. And then we got Google. Google is also reporting after tomorrow's close. Okay, so it came down. We're talking about this trend line that it's might come down and test this trend line, which it did today. So probably chopping around in here tomorrow, and then maybe make a move. But I believe the number that I got this afternoon was somewhere around $44 or something like that, or 44 or 45. Wasn't sure. I think it's about 44, 45. So you figure if it's 45, that's 716, right? Okay, so that'd be up here somewhere. Well, get back to the high, right? 712 is the last high. Okay, 716. So if we get 44, so that's 620, 27, right? Okay, so about 627. So that would be down here somewhere on the 50% retracement. Okay, so those are the range so far. So again, I post some updated number tomorrow morning. When we see some of the revised number of where the price is going. So as we post the close, we probably get a better idea. Okay. So, but again, this is the same thing like Amazon. I'd be completely hands off on this. So, and here's Twitter. Twitter, got a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. I got hit a little bit on my option, my long call option. Fortunately, it was option, so I lost a little bit of money. It's kind of limited, the damage, and wasn't too bad. So, but if I were holding the stock, then yeah, it would be a little bit painful. That's why, at the environment like this, it's tough to kind of hold a stock, and try to carry that long for too long, because you never know about these gap, especially for stock like Twitter. So I'm still waiting for this to settle down. I still want to go long on it eventually on the stock itself, but right now I'm just kind of waiting for this to finish up and go finish off the earning. And so if it's something happen between now and earning that look appealing, then I might go and maybe play some long call option again. So but for now, I'm just kind of on the sideline waiting for to see what they're going to do. But I think in the intermediate term, I think Twitter might be trying to make a move back up. Okay, so but you never know, right? I mean, just got humbled by the market on Goldman Sachs, so humble me again here on the Twitter. I could take it. Here's Tesla. Okay, Tesla is coming down. All right, we're talking about this level, these two level here. Okay, these two level, and it came down a day before and went back and closed right above it, 212.91, and then today is just kind of consolidating here. So I think it's just going to drift down, and maybe the next catalyst is whatever earning that they're going to report, and maybe that will cause it to move. If it come down here, near this 185, then maybe that might help to generate a bounce. But I think the stock is pretty much maybe on its way down for a while, because we're looking at this big head and shoulder pattern, right? Okay, right. Here's this. Let me. I think I drew that last night or something, right? So I've got a big head and shoulder here that could bring it down to somewhere down here. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. All right, just follow up on Fitbit. Okay, I don't have a position on it, but I'm watching. Okay, so you can see that we saw this candle. We're saying that it could come down. So right now we're still waiting for it to kind of consolidate, maybe build something up, and just look for a pattern. I still think that it is setting up for something, either a massive breakdown or maybe a run back up. So just kind of keep an eye on it. I'm just watching. So, and if something happened that looked interesting, I will flag it out on my Twitter. GoPro is another one. We're talking about it came down, forming a low base. Seems to find some support here somewhere around this 28.65, the IPO low, on the day. Right. So we're basically looking for this thing to try to consolidate. Remember yesterday we were talking about the shooting star. Good chance that we're going to see like an evening star pullback, which it did. Came down, test the 28.65. Going to keep an eye on it to see maybe it's just going to chop around over here, kind of do a little shake and bake, and then we're going to look for a setup to see could we get a ride back up to the 31.95, and then maybe get a breakout on the 31.95. So we'll see. Just keep an eye on all these things. So good luck to you tomorrow.